Hey guys, good morning. Decided to do another video after yesterday. I'm not going to be quite as animated as I was yesterday. Was able to calm down a little bit. Today's actually a really good day. And I'm doing this because I want to record it. I want to record the ideas and the thoughts that I have. So basically what happened this morning is a friend of mine ended up messaging me this morning. And what happened with the message was he was somebody who was a pretty staunch supporter of what was happening with the shutdown. And he messaged me, he says, Pete, he goes, and he sent me a link for different things to show me exactly what was happening. And it was very encouraging. It felt really good. He's like, yeah, he goes, we need to open things up. We got to open things up at this point. He said, we got to move on. We got to move past it. The science is in. So the really encouraging things for me are this, that we have California with a study, a 3,000 person study, New York with a 3,000 person study right now, all very encouraging stuff. Antibodies right now are in a lot of people, millions and millions of people. Way more people have had it than what they thought had it, which is great. I mean, and what's happening is these studies that they're doing and finalizing, all the scientists and the researchers, they're actually mirroring everything that these studies in these other countries are finding as well. So super encouraging news. Very, very, very encouraging news. I'm super excited about it. And I'm excited about it. It wasn't just him, my one friend that did it. There's a bunch of friends that came forward and said, Pete, wow, I can't believe I bought into this madness. I can't believe I bought into this hysteria. I feel terrible. And my words to them are, it's okay. It happens. There was a lot of media. There's a lot of news. You were inundated with it. I says, you're at the point where you're at now, which is great. If I was there to help in some way, awesome. If whoever was there to help you in some way, awesome. But the important thing is to walk away from this being more knowledgeable and remembering everything that happened to you. Remember the thoughts that you had. Remember the feelings that were evoked. Remember why it happened. And then remember how you got to the point where you're at right now with thinking about, how was I duped? How did this happen to me? And how did I allow myself to be put into this state of hysteria and fear? Even though all these other numbers were out there and all this information was out there. So what do we know? Well, at this time that the virus has been here a lot longer than what they said, which is a great thing. That is a huge thing that we know that. And the reason that's a big thing is kind of what I've been maintaining, so that it's been here from November. But the fact that California and New York studies are showing millions of people with antibodies prove that it's been here a lot longer. All the viral scientists will tell you that this model shows that we are actually probably in our second spike, which is a very, very good, very encouraging thing. So, that being said, my friends that have bought into the hysteria about this and, have affected themselves and shut themselves down, it's okay. It happens. But like I said, just remember this going into the future. What my fear is are the people that are talking to their loved ones, to their families, to their parents and to their grandparents. They're putting fear into them still. Just, talk to somebody that their parents, they every day stay inside. That's okay. You want to keep them safe, but try not to spread the fear out there. Try to give them the facts. It's looking like we're at about 0.1 to 0.2% death rate. Now remember that 0.1 to 0.2 death rate is qualified on this. The facts that CDC.gov said to report all unknown cases, even if they weren't tested, as COVID. We know that. It was on their website. So there's probably about 100% more deaths that are, not 100%, I'm sorry. You have about double the amount of deaths that are related, attributed to COVID now than are actually there. And these studies are proving it all across this country, across the world. So that being said, you also have to take into account the fact that the at-risk, the obese, the immune compromised, the people who suffer from other chronic illnesses, they distort even the 0.1% that are at risk, because in healthy individuals, all of us, children especially, we're looking at a death rate that's like 0.0001. Very, very, very low. Most of us are safe. And now the science and facts are coming out. So what's happening with the rest of the deniers that are there at this point? Well, what they're saying is that, well, the other countries, they don't know what's going on. These sample studies, these 3,000 person studies, they're too small. And I can appreciate that. That's awesome. You want to be careful. You want to make sure before you go out there that everything is safe. What I will say is this, though. It is kind of funny and ironic, right? That the people who want to stay inside, they're okay with everybody else working. They're okay with somebody coming and delivering them their food. They're okay with somebody producing and manufacturing and farming their food, and somebody over at the supermarket, right? They're okay with all of that, but they're going to stay inside. And they don't even recognize that that's kind of a little bit messed up to do that. It puts you a little bit on a pedestal that, I get to be safe, but the rest of these people have to. What if all of those people, what if every one of those people stayed at home? What if everybody that produces our food decided just to stay home? You can get your food. So think about that. So this morning, I had an interaction with my family. We've got a handful of us that are on this side, that we use facts and science, that we think freely. And unfortunately, a lot of them don't. And they're scared. And I get that and I understand that. So I try to be sensitive. I try to share information with them just like I did, just like I am now. And fortunately, there was a huge kickback, huge lashback, right? And it sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, I got to deal with it. When you're somebody who's trying to fight for all of us, like I said, the big thing are the people who support me, the hundreds of people who have come out and said, Pete, I love what you do. Please keep doing it. And everybody that's there doing what they're doing for all of their family and loved ones too is awesome. They're like, you ask the questions that then I go and research and then that I never thought to ask. Like the suicide thing. People are going out and investigating that. Now today, the New York Times articles, the Buffalo News articles. Friend of mine, I spoke to her yesterday about her daughter worrying about all the hospitals. She needed proof. Provided her with all the links on the proof. I had a friend today text me, hey, can you send me some of this stuff and proof? Just keep providing that proof. We are going to turn more and more and more people to see what this is. But what's going to happen then? Okay, so we already know what's kind of happening. People are dismissing and discrediting the 3,000 case studies in California and New York. We know that, okay? Everybody's already starting to talk about, we got 1918, we got to worry about the Spanish flu, like we haven't had 100 years of improvement on healthcare, right? I mean, it's silly. So, could we see a spike? Or at least an upward trend again? Absolutely. We totally could. But we could see that with any virus that's out there right now. So what the other argument, what you're going to start hearing is, we got to worry about this, 1918, we talked about that. But now, the other one that you're going to hear is that it's all a conspiracy. That Trump is influencing New York Times and all the other mainstream media, that Barr has gotten to them, the Attorney General Barr. You're going to start hearing this. So the people who bought into the hysteria and the fear about this, and they don't want to listen to the facts, and they don't want to see the facts, are going to start saying that it's a conspiracy with Trump. So just stay the course. Just keep researching. Do all the research for yourself. That's really what I'm trying to do with the information that I put out there. I don't care what you believe. I really don't. As long as you're not, infringing upon my rights, which kind of sucks, we'll have to have a conversation about that, right? So I just really want to get these few things out there today. I was thinking about them. Very, very encouraging. What I think is going to happen So we see Florida, which is open at this point. We're seeing Ohio, which is going to open up. And of course, we're seeing the media reports, shame on them. Shame on them for opening up. They're opening up too early. What I think we're going to start to see is an acceleration of opening. We already have the reports in from Sweden that they are slowing. They never shut down. And I think they've got somewhere around like 2,000 deaths maybe now, and they're slowing down. So you're going to start to see these different states, these different countries open up. Saskatchewan in Canada is saying they're going to open up, which is awesome. More and more states open up, more and more countries, more and more provinces open up. Then the good thing is people are going to start saying, wait a minute, what's going on? Why are we still closed? And then we're going to be open. So thanks for listening, guys. I appreciate it. I'm doing this to kind of record it so that I put a lot of notes down, but this way I can kind of catalog everything, my thoughts. So have a great day, guys. I'll see you later. Take care.